Tonight's home team, they hold the 1-0 advantage in the grand final series. They are the minor premiers and defending champions. Please welcome Ben Maguire, the head coach, and his coaching staff. Leading off for Blacktown will be the left fielder, Josh Pearl. Batting second, the right fielder, Dylan Martin. Third baseman, Mitch Austin. Clean-up hitter, first baseman, Josh Strong. The designated hitter, Ben Martin. Second base, Kyan Wellington. The centre fielder, Nick Anderson Vine. The catcher, Jordan Martin. And the shortstop, Lachlan Boyarsky. In the bullpen for the Blacktown Workers, warming up is their starting pitcher, Matthew Ray. Please welcome the rest of the Blacktown Workers bench. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our umpires for tonight's second game. Behind the plate, calling balls and strikes, Ben Nash. First base umpire, Dave Brown. Second base umpire, Trent Thomas. And third base umpire, Dave Brody. Sound coming through there. Well, welcome back to Blacktown International Sports Park. We're just about to get underway here in our first grade grand final, game 2 between Blacktown and Macarthur. It's the defending champions and the minor premiers, the Blacktown Workers, who have the 1-0 lead in the 3-game series. Can they wrap it up tonight and earn themselves an early start to the off-season, or will Macarthur overcome their late inning loss on Wednesday night and tie the series up at a game apiece and force game 3 tomorrow night? Lineups for our teams tonight, and there's Macarthur, the away team, the middle game of the series. Tim Nelson will lead things off in centre field. Cal Donnelly bats second in left. Jackson Mannix at third base. Shannon Hislop down in the clean-up role. Martin Vincelli-Samar does the catching. Chris Douglas is at shortstop. Chris Fergie at second base. Shane Fogarty, the DH. And Dane Wigg in right field for Macarthur. Lachlan Rosser, the lefty, gets the start. For Blacktown, it'll be Josh Pearl at left field. Dylan Martin in right. Mitch Austin batting third in the hot corner at third. Josh Strong's at first. Ben Martin at 5 hitting in the DH role. Kyan Wallington at second base. Nick Anderson-Vine in centre field. Jordan Martin behind the dish. And Lachlan Boyarski, who had a couple of hits on Wednesday night, rounds out the 9 at shortstop. Matty Ray, the Blacktown lefty, on the mound for the Workers. So lefty on lefty for game 2. Can Macarthur force game 3? Or is Blacktown going home celebrating back-to-back championships? We'll find out in around 3 hours' time. We're certainly set for another close one. It was 2 runs in the 8th for Macarthur before Blacktown jumped on a tired days on Cole on the top of the 9th. All the 5 runs charged to him on 4 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Lachlan Brook was fantastic. 5 innings of shutout baseball, striking out 6 on 4 hits. For Blacktown, Josh Guy was back to his best after a couple of shaky starts in the first game of the semi-final and the prelim final series. He went 6 shutty, striking out 10, just a 1 walk, scattering 4 hits. Tom Stancic gave up the 2 earned runs in the 7th before Dylan Clark came out and secured the final 6 outs of the ball game to pick up the win in grand final game 1. Little slow roller hit up the line. Tough play for Mitch Austin. He does it with the bare hand. But Tim Nelson will get aboard. He went 1 for 4 on Wednesday night. It was just one of the 2 runs that scored. He struck out twice. And they're not waiting any longer to get a hit on the board. Outside corner. Cal Donnelly, the hitter. He was 2 for 4 the other night. He's been promoted up the order from the 6 hole to the 2 hole. And he goes inside out, punches it into right field. Dylan Martin out there. He wants to do the fielding. And a couple of hits here early for Macarthur.
Jackson Mannix now moved up from the 5th hole, the 5 hole to the 3 hole. Mitch Little shuffling his lineup around a little bit with the lefty Matt Ray on the mound, moving Shannon Hislop down a couple of spots. Hislop batting in the 4 hole. He was batting 2 on Wednesday night. Swings and misses of that one. He's behind 0-2 right now. Check on Nelson over. That's second. Just Mannix is one of 2 Macarthur hitters to pick up a pair of hits. Him and Donnelly, 2 hits, both moving themselves up the order a little bit higher for tonight's game. Breaking pitch, just missing outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the Macarthur third base. Nice cool conditions of baseball here this afternoon. We head out third. That one back to Matt Ray. Thought he might have had a shot at 2. Donnelly went in sliding. And Mannix will be retired on the 1-3. Matt Ray checking around. He knew he had plenty of time. That one, while sort of softly hit it, got to Ray in a generous amount of time, giving him a chance to look at second before firing it over to Josh Strong at first to retire Mannix for the first out of the inning. Off balance swing there by Shan Hislop. And our third championship decided earlier today with Manly defeating Cronulla 4-1. Manly winning the under-18s from 4th spot on the ladder after the end of the regular season. An even contest early. They scored in the 1st. Cronulla responded in the 4th. Manly scored in the 6th and the 7th. Fouls it off. Count remains 0-2. Long look in here by Matt Ray. Checking on his runners, keeping them at bay. Blacktown playing Hislop to pull. No shift here with runners on second and third. Boyarsky playing directly behind Donnelly, the runner at second. This one lifted into left field. Josh Pearl's out there. He's going to have a throw at the plate. An absolute bullet. And Tim Nelson was out. He was out halfway down the base path. That was nowhere near deep enough. And it's a double play to end the top of the first. Jordan Martin shaking his head saying, what was all that about? Why was he going? Josh Pearl, former pitcher. The ball was definitely nowhere near deep enough to be running on an arm like that. And Tim Nelson runs into a double play to end the top of the first. So a nice start by Macarthur, but they can't do anything with the first 2 runners getting aboard. We'll head to the bottom of inning at 1. Second appearance for Lachlan Rosser in the finals. He went 3 innings in the first game of the series in the semi-final series. Wasn't required. Well, of course he wasn't required last week. They didn't play last week. 3 innings. Gave up 2 hits, an earned run, a walk and a pair of strikeouts. He threw 56 pitches facing 12 hitters. And he's tasked with going deep for his team here. Save some of the bullpen for tomorrow night. You think Lachlan Brook may be available tomorrow night, whether it's in a starting role, a bulk role. I'll hope to use as little here tonight and to help force game 3 tomorrow. There's no point leaving it in the tank if you don't get there. Josh Pearl, a couple of foul balls off the front of the grandstand roof. Swings and misses. Rosser out number 1 by the strikeout. Lachlan Rosser threw 50 innings on the season. (15 appearances, 8 of them for starts. He has a 3-win, 1-loss record. 3.38 ERA, 1.5 WHIP. 19 earned runs on 43 hits. 35 walks, 51 strikeouts, 20 with the bat on the shoulder. As I mentioned, through 3 innings against Blacktown 2.5 weeks ago. Outside corner, just missing. 2-1. Didn't face Blacktown throughout the regular season. Dylan Martin fouls it off. So the first exposure to these Blacktown workers lineup. Umpires for game 2. Ben Nash behind the plate. Dave Brown at first. Trent Thomas at second. And Dave Brody at third base. Martin lifts that one. Left field. Running back for it is Cal Donnelly, who makes the catch. And records 8 out number 2 here in the bottom of the first. Ben Martin sticking with his lineup despite facing the lefty. The 3 lefties separated by, the 4 lefties rather, separated by the righties. So Blacktown going with lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, and then righty. Left, right, all through the lineup. Until the bottom 2, Jordan Martin and Lachlan Boyarski. And that one hit to a leaping Chris Douglas. We've seen a couple of leaping catches today at Blacktown, a couple in the 18s, and then Chris Douglas with the little leapy leap there. And he puts up the first 0 for the Macarthur defence. We'll head to inning number 2, 0-0, the score. Martin Vincelli-Samar to lead things off for Macarthur. Fouls off the first pitch rather. Chops that one back on the plate and behind everybody towards the screen. Just the one hit in 9 at-bats for Vincelli-Samar in his 3 playoff games, and make that hit number 2. He's 2 for 10. He's above the Mendoza line. And 3rd hit of the ball game here for Macarthur. We'll see if they can make an adjustment somewhere. Maybe not run themselves out into a couple of outs. So back-to-back innings where they've started with the leadoff man getting aboard. Only plenty of those today. If they're to win this game and send it to game 3 tomorrow night. Nice crowd moving into Blacktown. It was quite early at player introductions. Maybe a tad on the cold side. I, for one, didn't pack a jumper, but we can always turn the heater on up in the booth if we need it. Chris Douglas, 1 for 10. The only hit coming against Blacktown in game 2. So he's fancying his chances here against Matt Ray. 1 for 4 in that game. Batting to a 283 average with a 433 on base. 9 walks, 5 strikeouts, 5 driven in. 12 runs scored. Also didn't play against Blacktown during the regular season. But he would have faced them a little bit last year. Same 2 teams from last year's grand final series matching up again this year. Macarthur hoping they have a little bit more pitching this year than they did last year. Top of the zone. Douglas draws the walk. Gets himself aboard. So again, Macarthur. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Chris Fergie steps up, checks in with manager Mitch Little over at third. No, it's only early, but runs could be at a premium as they were on Wednesday night. We saw it in the 18s. Manly had a couple of chances to move runners over. They chose not to. Thankfully for the Eagles, it didn't cost them. Cronulla did in the 9th. Or was it the 8th? It was the 8th. Runners on first and second. They put down a bunt. Manly defence misread the assignment. However, they got lucky with a hard turn around third by the Cronulla runner, and he was back-picked and thrown out. So Manly still found a way to get an out on a bump play, with the second baseman going the wrong way. Chris Fergie swings at that one. Can't hold off. Evans a count at 2-2. And looking again here by Matt Ray. Gets his signal from his catcher, Jordan Martin. Pokes at it. It's going to be in foul territory. And a great catch by Josh Strong against the netting in foul territory. He had nothing to lose over there. He had protection. He got up on the wall. Used the netting to his advantage. Got the glove behind the ball. And a great way to record out number one. Great work by Josh Strong. Don't know if we got that on the camera angle. Unfortunately, just out of our shot. We'll have to find some more funding to pick up some mobile cameras next year. That deserve to be captured and kept for an eternity. Now Macarthur looking to bunt with one out. I think they've missed their opportunity. Fergie is probably the man to do it with the more experienced Fogarty behind him. Matt Ray taking his time, making sure he gets the right signal from Jordan Martin. That one straight back to Ray. Ground, a custom-made ground ball, double play. I'll get the words out eventually. Then Douglas it is, who's down at second, and then Fogarty will be erased on the second end. So back-to-back innings with a inning-ending double play. Macarthur get a couple of runners on, but they can't do anything with it. We'll see how Blacktown respond in the bottom of the second. Four, 5, 6 for Blacktown here. Josh Strong, Ben Martin, Kyan Wallington will be right, left, right. And the Blacktown defense backing up their starting pitcher. And the Rays face one above the minimum, despite giving up 3 hits and a walk. Sorry, 2 above the minimum. Nails that one off. 0-2. This man, Josh Strong, who made that great catch. Foul territory, hard up against the wall, stuck his glove out against the netting, let the ball fall in. Did everything right to go over and get it. It's an important first out. And allow Blacktown to then go and turn the double play to finish the inning. Swing and a miss for Strong. Down on strikes. Second strikeout of the afternoon. Back-to-back leadoff strikeouts for Lachlan Rosser. Called strike there to Ben Martin. Gonna make sure I get the right Martin. There's three of them. Swing and a miss. Ben Martin behind 0-2. It was Ben who drove in a pair of runs last Saturday night against Borkham Hills. Give Blacktown a 4-1 advantage. 3-1 advantage, in fact. Came after the unfortunate error by Jacob Eunice when the game-tying run scored, and then Ben Martin came up and added some, or gave them a lead, in fact, a lead and some insurance. And booked their spot in this grand final series with an extra day off. Swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts. Lachlan Rosser. Two out with Kyan Wallington. He jumps on the first pitch, rips it into left field. I'm mucking around here. First hit of the ball game for Blacktown. And the perfect game for Lachlan Rosser. Now over. Didn't even get to talk about Wallington's performances in the final so far, so we might say that over to his next at bat. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Baseball New South Wales YouTube channel and catch all the games from the final series this season in both the men's and the women's league. All the minor semi-finals are up there. Major semi-finals played on Diamond 2, so unfortunately it weren't streamed. And also get notifications when tomorrow's games go live. Two of them confirmed for tomorrow, with the third grade at 10 a.m, second grade at 2 p.m. Ryde and Greater Western in the morning. Blacktown and Macarthur in the afternoon. And then potentially game 3, depending how the next 7 2/3 or 1/3 innings goes here. Lachlan Rosser just checking on Kyan Wallington over at second. Another long hold. Wallington takes off this time. He's silly with the throw, the tag, and no Lachlan Boyarski acrobatics here. Wallington slides past the bag, so if Douglas misses him the first time and gets to apply it the second time, and Blacktown run themselves in 2 and out. So still the minimum faced here for Lachlan Rosser. Has given up the first hit of his ball game, but we are tied at 0 heading to inning 3. 9-1-2 here for Macarthur to start the third. Wig, Nelson, Donnelly for Macarthur. Macarthur with 3 hits and a walk so far through their first 2 innings. Both innings ended with double plays though. Shannon Hislop flying into a double play to end the first with Tim Nelson stone cold out at home. Jordan Martin packed his bag and took a holiday before Tim Nelson was even close to being tagged out there. And then Shane Fogarty grounding into the more conventional 6-4-3 double play. Chris Douglas retired on that one after walking to put runners on first and second. 1-2 here to Dane Wig. Breaking pitch too high. Evens the count at 2-2. Ground ball, Matt Ray. Opposite side of where he fell off the mound. Shows pure athleticism to get back, snag it, and toss it over to Strong for out number 1. Good bit of PFP there by Matty Ray. Finds the first out for the first time today. Pair of hits to start the first, hit to start the first and the second for Macarthur. Wig will be retired on the ground out to the pitcher, 1-3. Outside corner by Ray. This is for ball 1. Fouls it off. One ball and 1 strike. It's crowd building as we go. They are in for an entertaining night, even if we don't have a lot of runs. We waited 2.5 hours before our first run on Wednesday night. Wouldn't be surprised if we're waiting for something similar tonight. Maybe we get 1 early and then a few more late. One and 2 to Tim Nelson. Single to start. Single to start the game. Lays it off. Single to start the game, and then was thrown out at home on that aforementioned double play. Go back and check out the replay of exactly how far away Tim Nelson was when Jordan Martin received the ball on home plate. So 2-2 here to the Macarthur leadoff. Ground ball ripped up the line, but foul. Matt Ray with the 2-2. Down the bottom of the zone. Evens the count at 3-2. Fills the count at 3-2 rather than evening it. And he draws the walk. So hitting a walk so far for Tim Nelson. Cal Donnelly also singled. It's again right side. Martin back for it this time. He'll make the catch over in right field. And called out number 2. Now Jackson Mannix will be the next batter for Macarthur. Looking to extend the inning a little bit. To Nelson, had a nice long at bat to draw the walk, but Cal Donnelly couldn't advance him. And Jackson Mannix fouls off. First pitch he sees onto Blacktown Olympic Boulevard. Recently renamed under all the recent works that have happened with the opening of the state-of-the-art sports facility behind us and the new Lodge Athlete Centre, athlete accommodation. Looking forward to potentially staying there during the Little League National Championships over the long weekend in June. Check on the runner at first. Ball for 11 Mannix, but this time it's going to be the Matt Ray show on first base. 2 1-3s. And the top of the third rather is done. We head to the home half of the third. Blacktown, can they score first when we come back? Seven, 8, 9 here for Blacktown in the bottom of the third. Nick Anderson, Vine, Jordan Martin and Lachlan Boyarski. The only time where we see a pair of right-handed batters bat in succession for the Workers. Anderson Vine trying to sneak in a slash bunt there, but couldn't get it down. He's behind 0-1. Now quickly behind 0-2. This is high. And goes down on strikes. 4th strikeout. For Lachlan Rosser. Jordan Martin, the next batter for Blacktown. Outside corner, just misses the spot. A ball and a strike. Ground ball hit to Douglas, couple of bounces. And a nice stretch by Shannon Hislop over at first base to record out number 2. Bring up Lachlan Boyarski. 2 quick outs here for Macarthur. Breaking pitch from Rosser, misses for a ball. Boyarski had a huge night on Wednesday. He went 3 for 4. Had a big stolen base where he swam around Chris Douglas. Scored a very important run. And that one, couple of steps, in comes Tim Nelson, he makes the catch. Couple of strikeouts, or a strikeout, a ground out and a fly out rather. And that is Blacktown down in order, first time through the lineup. We head to the 4th, still looking for our first run. So 1 and 2 here to Shannon Hislop. Leading off the 4th inning. Pops it up this side. Lachlan Boyarski, long run. There's no third baseman over there as Blacktown implementing the shift again. And something I just had to check in the rules later on that night in regards to the shift. Obviously, it's a rule of Major League Baseball these days, but not so much here in the New South Wales State League. Obviously, you don't see it a hell of a lot, but when you're in a grand final, you employ every option possible. Josh Strong over against the netting again, but unfortunately, he doesn't have the powerful get through the netting arm, go gadget style. You'll have to let that one drop on the family hill up along first base. Out of play. 0-1 to Martin Vincelli Simard. Scores through the first three. And when does our first run come? Fouls it up at the third base line and out of play. Blacktown back to regular infield formation. Smart with a hit back in the second. It'll roll her out to Wallington at second base. And Blacktown work out number 2. Of course, the shift rule not implemented. No limits on the amount of pickoffs or disengagements. No pitch clock. None of the fun rules which have made Major League Baseball better. That one on the ground. Douglas is hustling. Offline throw. And Josh Strong ruled not to have tagged Douglas. Let's see what Benny Maguire says, but he's going to be happy to let that one ride for now. He's going to save his arguments for potentially later in the night. We saw him come out very frustrated, Jason Spurway, on Wednesday night. Probably a throwing error charged. Mitch Austin, it was offline throw, bringing Strong off the base. So Chris Fergie's going to bat with 2 out and a runner on first. Samar takes off. He knew the breaking ball was coming. And he's going to be in second base. Boyarski has a couple of goes. Rayan Boyarski, battery mates with the Sydney Blue Sox. No, not Rayan Boyarski. Rayan Vincelli Simard. I was still looking at Boyarski's name on my lineup. Rayan Vincelli Simard spent time together at the Blue Sox during the ABL. So Vincelli Simard, just a little bit of intel with maybe what was coming on that pitch. 2-1. Here to Fergie. Chance for maybe to Macarthur to drive in the first run of the game if Fergie can find some outfield space. It might need a gap to get it. That one fouled off the hands, inside pitch, nicely located there by Matty Ray. Looks like Benny Nash might be low on baseballs. Three for 11, Chris Fergie. And Vincelli's going to be picked off. No, just back into the base in time. Nice inside move by Ray. Vincelli Samar just took an extra bound away from second base. Ray saw it, spun around. Macarthur catcher just getting back to the base in time. Another foul off the bat of Chris Fergie. So all that intel I thought Martin Vincelli Samard had. It's actually Chris Douglas at second base. Samard, of course, grounded out to Wallington. Chris Douglas reaching on the error. Poked right side, one bounce. Josh Strong takes it. And Fergie's retired. Blacktown out of the inning. Yet to work a clean inning are the workers, but they've put up 4 zeros on the board. We'll see what they can do when we come back with the home half of the fourth. Second time through the lineup here for Blacktown. They've been kept in check so far, just the minimum sent to the plate despite a single by Kyan Wallington. He was caught stealing to end the third after he singled after a pair of strikeouts. 2-0 here to Josh Pearl. Lifts that one in centre field, but Tim Nelson's there. He'll make the catch. And out number one. Lachlan Rosser here in the fourth. He's retired the leadoff man every time. First three via the strikeout in Pearl, Strong and Anderson Vine, inning 1, 2 and 3. This time he's got Pearl to fly out to centre field. Dylan Martin now. Blew out to left field. We're at number 2 in the first. That one over the roof of the grandstand and probably down the concourse somewhere, another souvenir. Side corner. Feels the count at 3-2. And that's the first walk of the evening. Issued by Lachlan Ross, but it comes with 1 out here. In the 4th. Lachlan Ross are just struggling to find the zone. A touch here. Although he didn't make a mistake with Josh Pearl, but one behind the wonk to Dylan Martin, and then again here to Mitch Austin. Can't quite locate it on the outside corner. Just takes a minute to reset. Deep breath on top of the mound. Long hole by Ross, giving Martin at first, and then Austin goes inside out and pokes it into left field. Cal Donnelly out there. Martin moves up to second. And now Blacktown with something cooking here in the 4th. 2 on, 1 out. Silly Smart just goes out to talk with Lachlan Rosser. Macarthur is discussing their defensive strategy. Silly Samar taking every second of Ben Nash's allowed time. Nash had a quick chat with Josh Strong and turn around and goes, oh, they're still out there, so go out and break up the tea party. So 1 out here. Macarthur, a ground ball away from getting out of the inning. Turn their first double play. And after the meeting of the minds on the mound, whatever Vincelli Samad said has paid off for at least the second out of the inning here. As he gets Josh Strong to fly out to centre field. That'll be out number 2. So Samar trying to backdoor Martin and back on the bag easy. A couple of flyouts, a walk and a single in the left field so far here in the bottom of the 4th. in there for a called strike. Russell looking to end the inning here, strand these pair of runners. It's the most trouble he's been in all night. Two hits with Ben Martin on Wednesday. Yeah, it was 1 for 3 last Saturday, and that was a big 2-run RBI. Three for 14. On the ground. Fergie over makes the play. And Blacktown strand a couple of runners here in the fourth. They get a couple on, but can't do anything with them. And we will head to the fifth, all tied up here. Who's going to crack first in game 2 of the New South Wales State League first grade grand final? .891 in the Macarthur home of the fifth. Blacktown has sent a man up to the pen. Shane Fogarty will ground out. Nice strong throw by Mitch Austin. No error this time. First out here in the fifth. Nine-hole hitter, Dane Wigg steps in. 3 hits so far, Macarthur, just the 2 for Blacktown. One error committed by Blacktown. Macarthur solid on defence so far. Blacktown, 20 wins, 1 loss and a draw in the regular season. Outside corner of the week, he's 2-0. Grounded out, back to the pitcher, back in the first, to start the third rather. And he's going to draw the walk here. So the 1 out walk of the 9-hole hitter. We'll bring up Tim Nelson for Macarthur. We go back to the top of the order. Macarthur with 14 wins, 5 losses, and a pair of draws. They finished a handful of games back from Blacktown in first place. One's in there for a caught strike. Matt Ray just shrugging now a little bit after Lachlan Rosser showed some early signs of fatigue. Both teams now with some bodies in the bullpen. Could be Fogarty up there trying to get a shot. I'll be able to work out who's up there in Blacktown. They've still got their jumper on. Fogarty was doing some resistance band training in the dugout in the previous inning before he came out to bat. And Wigg is about to advance the second on that pitch that got away from Jordan Martin for a fraction of a second, but a nice recovery by Jordan Martin. And half a play at Wigg, but Wigg was quick enough to turn around and get back to first. Yeah, it is Fogarty up in the pen for Macarthur. Came in as the fireman on Wednesday night to try and shut down Blacktown after Blacktown had opened it up and taken the lead. Fortunately, Macarthur were able to scratch another pair of runs and get the lead out to 5-2, which is all the offense they needed. This time, Matt Ray can't put his PFP into practice. And however, though, he's backed up by Lachlan Boyarski, who fielded it cricket style. And whilst he was in that position, he had a foot on the bag and then picked it up and threw a strike over to Josh Strong to record the third double play of the game. And that is where Macarthur leave things here in the fifth. We'll see how Blacktown go when we come up with the bottom half of the inning. The board so far, Macarthur will be hoping to put up number 10. All of the glazed variety. Maybe a couple with some chocolate sprinkles. On ball, no strikes. Not a bad marketing campaign, though. However many donuts your team can put up should be how many you should be able to get from Krispy Kremes on the way home after the game. Swing and a miss by Kyan Wallington. He signaled to left field, then was caught stealing by Martin Vincelli-Samard. And finished the second inning. 2-1. In there for a called strike. Evens it up at 2-2. Check swing. Tough play. Fergie in. He's going to have to get rid of it quick. He can't. Scoreboard will reflect, though, 2 singles for Kyan Wallington. Won't show that the second one was a check swing single to second base. A little bit of a bobble there by Chris Fergie. We'll see Kyan Wallington get aboard. Nick Anderson-Vine. Bats here for Blacktown now. Struck out to start the third. Also had 11 retired. Sorry, 10 retired. I can't count. 9 plus 1 is 10. Retired the first 10, although there's an asterisk against Wallington because Wallington did get aboard, but he was thrown out. He got through the minimum through the first 10 hitters. Well, Dylan Martin worked a 1-out walk. Mitchell Austin singled into left, and then a fly ball and a ground ball ended the inning. And 1 here to Nick Anderson-Vine. Bottom of the zone. Nicely received there by Vincelli Samadi. Was up on his toes, expecting Wallington to maybe look at taking second, but I think Wallington's going to be checking himself. So he's been caught stealing once, doesn't want to get thrown out twice in a game. So maybe just being a little bit more cautious. Only a couple of steps off the bag over at first, and they do check on him this time. Strike 3. Nick Anderson-Vine caught looking at that one. Change up freezes him. And it's first out. An important out for Macarthur. Here in the 5th. Wallington stands with his lead at first. Jordan Martin lifts that into left field. And a nice running catch out there by Carl Donnelly for out number 2. So 2 out here for Lachlan Boyarski. He had 3 hits on Wednesday night. He flew out in the 3rd. Macarthur shut down Blacktown here in the 5th. Send it scoreless into the 6th. Boyarski fouls it off. On 1. Breaking pitches in there. Called strike 2. So pitch away now here for Rosser. Send us scoreless through 5. Strand that runner of Wellington over at first. Wellington Still with only a couple of steps off that base. He's being very careful over there. He's wanting to trust his team to move him over. Over for it. Nice throw. Nice work by Jackson Mannix. And he throws Boyarsky out at first. And we do get scoreless through 5. We head to the 6th. And it'll be Macarthur coming up with Cal Donnelly, Jackson Mannix and Shannon Hislop. So Cal Donnelly takes his place in the batter's box. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Single in the first and then flew out in the third. And he goes opposite this time. He's going to have 2 base hits into right field. Hustle double? No. Thought about it. But put on the brakes around first. Nice hustle out there by Dylan Martin to keep it to a single. He had one of those on Wednesday night. Busted his backside and turned it into extra bases, but he was happy just to concede the single to take it as a single here tonight. He knows every base runner is going to be important. Doesn't want to run himself into an out. I've already done it once tonight. 4th into the ball game. Check on Donnelly over at first. They know, they're aware of his base running attributes. Swing and a miss by Mannix. Took a big hack at it. Long hole by Matt Ray, keeping an eye on Donnelly, steps back off the rubber and fires a shot. That one ripped into left field, but Josh Pearl's out there and he'll make the catch. Nice bit of hitting there by Mannix, but unfortunately he hit it too hard and too direct. It's Blacktown get the first out of the inning. Slow walk. Back to the dugout for Mannix. He's hit it harder than he does the last 2 times, though. He's grounded out both times back to the pitcher. Swing and a miss by his lobbies. Light into a double play, which saw Tim Nelson thrown out at home by 45 feet. And then popped out to the shortstop to start the fourth. Check again on Donnelly at first. Mitch Austin playing well in on the grass. Blacktown playing his lot the pull. They played it on Wednesday night. They're playing it again here. They were limited how they could do it the previous at bat. And with the runner on first. Showing a different formation again here. Klein Walton playing in the pool back on the grass. Austin playing in for potential bunt. Obviously, when a team plays you definitely defensively, you as a hitter sometimes need to be a little bit creative. And if they're going to try and take away your strength, then you get them at a weakness. Now they're going to send Mitch Austin over with 2 out. So 2 strikes, 2 and 2. Mitch Austin moves over to the right side of the diamond, behind second base and shaded to the right side. Yaski, the sole fielder on the left-hand side of the diamond, just in the regulation shortstop position. So about 50 feet of space, no, 70 feet of space open on the left side of the infield for Shannon Hislop. See if he can't go the opposite way. Another check on Donnelly at first. Hislop's worth the count full here. 1 out in the top of the 6th. Donnelly takes off, but Hislop fouls off. We'll have to do it all again. Another 3-2 here coming for Shannon Hislop. Another foul off into the body of Jordan Martin. He'll find it at his feet. Pen empty for Macarthur. Blacktown still with, looks like Tom Stanchich up there. Macarthur, who capitalised when Stanchich came on in the 8th. Pulled up the line again. And again fouled. 4 foul balls in a row here by Shannon Hislop. Making Ray work. Stanchich came on in the 7th. Blacktown, Macarthur were able to get a couple of base runners, but left them stranded. It wasn't until the 8th where they scored those 2 runs before the big explosion by Blacktown in the 9th. Another 3-2 for Hislop. Centre field. Thought I might have heard calls for balk there. Maybe thought Ray was a little bit quick, and Ben Nash is issuing a warning there to Mitch Little. Just to turn it down a little bit. Matt Ray wins the lefty-lefty battle. Gets his lot to fly out to centre field. Second out. Martin Vincelli-Samard. Breaking ball out of the zone for ball one. And it looks like Game Changer is just down for a moment. Hope that it will be back up, maybe in between innings. Scorer is just maybe sorting out an issue. Side corner by Vincelli Smart. I was just trying to go back and look at something, but hasn't yet been entered. Two and 0 here to the Macarthur catcher. Cal Donnelly standing pat at first. Macarthur not risking the running game. Outside corner. Selling the mud, happy to let that take the outside corner. Move the count to 2-1. Maybe a little bit out of his hitting zone. Wait for Matt Ray to make a mistake somewhere else. Doesn't make many, Matt Ray. One of the more consistent pitchers of the State League over the time, his time in the league. Donnelly takes off this time. Boyarsky on the backhand on the ground ball. Picks it up and finds a missile over to Josh Strong, who accepts the prize. And another 0 on the board. We're through 5.5. We head to the bottom of 6. Blacktown sending up the top of their order in Pearl, Martin and Austin when we return. Don't go anywhere. Josh Pearl will lead it off for Blacktown here. Thanks, that offering at the top of the zone. Two and 0. Struck out, flew out. And add the walk. In fact, there you go, missed the pitch. Playing around with things in the background and obviously missed the first pitch of the at-bat. Trying to do 7 jobs at once. Still making it work. Dylan Martin, the right fielder. So back-to-back innings now where Blacktown have got their lead-off man aboard. They were 0 for 3. Martin, first pitch hacking. Douglas put his hands up for it first. I think that was probably to say that it wasn't his. Chris Fergie was heading back for it. But in the end, Tim Nelson comes out, calls everybody off, and records the out. So nice rebound there by Lachlan Rossery. Walked the leadoff man in Pearl on 4 straight pitches. And Dylan Martin hacks at the 4-0. Flies out to centre field. 2 arms in the pen now for Macarthur. Fogarty and maybe Wig by the looks of it. Just waiting for the second pitcher to turn around. He's just obscured by the roof of the beer garden. 66 pitches for Matt Ray. Actually, no, that's a little bit low because Game Changer's still out of action. Of course, it can't be Dane Wigg. He's in right field at the moment. Takes off. Vinceli Samard. Not in time to get Pearl. Vinceli Samard just turned around to home plate umpire Ben Nash and said, gee, that was close. And pitch just got in a little bit on Austin, which made the throw from Samard a little bit more difficult. Had to contend with the pitch offline and then the batter just getting in his way. Not intentionally, of course. He's quite entitled to be where he was. Austin fouls it off. I think Ben Nash put up 2 and 2. Check swing again. Fergie, backhand. And just in time at first. Got him by half a step. I reckon Austin's foot was hovering over the base. A nice call over there by first base umpire Dave Brown. Nice and authoritative. Left it no question. Then he was out. I wonder if Mick G got a nice shot of that play over at first. 2 outs. Nice work by Chris Fergie. It was a tough play to make. It was to his right. And then the ball just caught in his glove a little, just like it did the last time off Kyan Wallington. That one was hit a little bit more softly. Ground ball hard. Hit to Jackson Mannix, but he makes the scoop. And a nice chest-high toss over to Shannon Hislop at first. And We've got 12 donuts. We've got a dozen donuts on the board. We'll come back with the championship innings of the second game of the first grade grand final. So both teams 2 times through the lineup plus their top 4. It'll be 5, 6, 7 for Macarthur here in the 7th. And it'll be 5, 6, 7 for Blacktown in the bottom of the 7th. Vincelli Samad to lead it off. He singled in the 2nd to start that inning and then grounded out to second base in the 4th. He's thrown out a runner and almost thrown out a second. 1 for 2 on the stolen bases. In fact, it's not Vincelli Samad, it's Chris Douglas. To finish off top of the 6th. And Chris Douglas is going to go back up the middle. He's been on base all 3 times today. He walked, reached on the error. And now single straight back up the middle. So that's twice I've referred to him as Vincelli Samad. He's similar bloke and of good looks and stature. Very easy to confuse them, especially when you're looking at their backside. So Chris Fergie with the job to do here. Let's see if Mitch Little decides to go small. No, swings and misses at the first pitch. So Fergie putting the faith in, Little putting in the faith in the youngster Fergie. Might see a move. Well, Chris Douglas at first, stolen base already. Swing and a miss by Fergie, behind 0-2. And 2 here to Fergie. Swing and a miss. 3 straight swings and misses on the Macarthur second base, and he's down on strikes. Fogarty now takes the first pitch, so Matt Ray firing it in there. Chris Douglas won the battle, the first battle. Chris Fergie came out second best, swinging at 3 straight strikes. Matt Ray finds strike 1 on Shane Fogarty. Game changer now back online for those playing at home. Will take about 30 seconds for it to catch up to the 7th. Sometimes it goes through all the plays. Sometimes it just refreshes perfectly for you. Back with you momentarily. 1-1, 1 out, runner on. Top of the 7th of this first grade grand final, game 2. Matt Ray approaching 100 pitches. He's 95. That one's fouled off by Douglas. And leaving the count at 2-2. Macarthur a little bit hesitant to be playing small ball, but they're going to have to think about doing it soon. They may not get too many more opportunities. No, Blacktown will. Ripped up the line, but pulls it foul. Blacktown now with Todd Grattan up in the pen warming up. Macarthur happy for Lachlan Rosser for now, unless Fogarty's warm. And this is an extension of his warm-up. Douglas still standing at first, so Macarthur haven't resorted to the running game just yet. Being wary with the lefty up on the mound. Fogarty works the count full. Another check at first. Range is taking his time in between pitches. No one lifted centre field. Underneath it'll be Anderson Vine. Now number 2. So 2 out, the 9-hole hitter, Dane Wigg. Did Macarthur miss an opportunity here? You think maybe. Outside corner, taken there by Wigg for ball 1. He's 0 for 1 with the ground out to the pitcher to start the 3rd. Busy defensive night for Matty Ray tonight. He's made 3 plays from the middle of the infield, coming off the mound. He's done well to get through 6 innings here, 7 innings rather. 1 out away. Putting 7 shutty in the books. Blacktown combining for 12 and 2/3 shutout innings through games 1 and 2 of this grand final series. Bottom of the zone. Two and 1 here to Dane Wigg. Outside corner. Ben Nash is happy with it. Evens the count at 2 and 2. That Ray now a strike from getting out of this inning. Steps out, takes his time, resets. Right side, punches it, but Wallington's there. Room service bounce. And the feed over to Strong to end the inning. 13 shutout innings by Blacktown pitchers. Benny Maguire gives the handshake and signals to the bullpen for Grattan in the next. We head to the bottom of the 7th, still looking for our first run. Five, 6, 7 coming up here for Blacktown. Ben Martin, Kyan, Wallington, Nick Anderson, Vine. Indeed. Macarthur miss an opportunity in the top of the 7th. Maybe find the first run of the ball game. They're down to their 6 final outs in regulation. 1 and 1 here to Ben Martin. Outside corner. Doesn't get the call, 2 and 1. Struck out, grounded out so far. Obviously with tidy pitching from both sides, we're only seeing the minimum, just 5 hits for Macarthur. They've managed to draw a couple of walks and an error. 1 walk and 1 error. Blacktown, they've got 3 hits and a couple of runners on base via the walk, but nothing more. 12 base runners all night long. Make it 13. 3, 8 via the hit, 5 via the walk. All of them stranded. Rosser, make that strikeout number 6. I was about to say he's got 5. You can make it 6 for the first out of the inning. Ben Martin down for the second time tonight on the strikeout. He's 0 for 3. Breaking pitch by Rosser. Pass misses, maybe a little bit higher for ball 1. Wellington 2 for 2 tonight. Was caught stealing though in the second. He's got a 2-hit night. And one getting a little bit inside, 2-1. Long hold by Rossi here, works out what pitch he wants to deliver. Outside corner. In fact, it was 3-0 before that, so now it's 3-1 with the free one. Right side, 3-hit night for Kyan Wellington. This Little's going to come out. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Shane Fogarty's grabbing his gear. He whacks on his hat in the dugout. Picked up his glove. And that'll be all for Lachlan Rosser. Maybe here in the 7th. Gives him a high 5. Well done, son. Great job. 6 1/3 for Lachlan Rosser here in Game 2 of the New South Wales State League First Grade Grand Final. And Shane Fogarty will come out and he'll be asked to find the next 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th and keep this a scoreless ball game when we return. Fogarty gets what might have been a double play ball, but Wellington was on the move on the pitch. Fogarty took the ball on one bounce, threw it to Chris Douglas, but he probably would have been 3 or 4 feet off the bag. So it's a 1-6-3 ground out for Nick Anderson-Vine. And Fogarty comes and gets one out. He can't find the second out though. Strong throw by Tim Nelson. And Kyan Wellington slides head first into home. And Jordan Martin drives in the first run of the ball game here. Is that going to be the difference? Macarthur go to the pen. Lachlan Rosser was going all right. He's only 87 pitches in. But Mitch Little thought it was time to go to a fresh arm, a fresh look. Anderson Vine was out on the first pitch. And on the second pitch, Jordan Martin laces one straight back up the middle. Tim Nelson did his best to get it back in, but it was short and offline. And Blacktown have a 1-0 lead here in the 7th. Lachlan Boyarski, that's going to be extra bases. And over the fence. No, bounces back in. I thought it got over for a second. Jordan Martin's being sent home. He's gone first, second, third, and home. And on 3 pitches, Macarthur got the out. And then it's back-to-back base hits. The second one, a double from Lachlan Boyarski. And Blacktown are out to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. They've been matching zeros through the first 6.5. Blacktown come out, they get a couple of quick hits. And they jump out to a 2-0 lead. Josh Pearl now the batter for Blacktown. Swings and misses. Blacktown go back to the top of the order. Todd Grattan. He's going to be the man in charge to shut down Blacktown. Matty Ray, who's dealt 6. He's dealt 7 scoreless. And his team have put him in line for the win. And it could be the win in the championship game. Pearl fouls it off. It's probably going to get out of play. Yep. Mannix punching the netting for getting in the way. Couldn't pull off the Josh Strong. One and two here to Josh Pearl. The first extra base hit of the game from Lachlan Boyarski is 1 for 3, as is Jordan Martin, but 2 huge RBI to the pair of them. Pearl fouls it off. Pearl looking for more. He wants to drive in Boyarski. Another foul ball. But Nash needs a few more rocks. Kids running after them. Collect a few souvenirs. That's 4 in a row now off the bat of Pearl. Days on Cole now warming up in the pen. It was Days on that Blacktown jumped on in his 4th inning of work. In the 9th inning on Wednesday night. This one popped up left side. Douglas tracking back into shallow left field. And he makes the catch, but Two huge runs for Blacktown here in the 7th. Macarthur have got their work cut out for them. They've got 6 outs remaining. And Todd Grattan is going to come out from the pen and try and shut down Macarthur and deliver Blacktown back-to-back State League first grade championships. One thing in Macarthur's favour, it's going to be the top of their order coming up facing Todd Grattan. He's going to be tasked with at least 1-0 here and then give it over to Dylan Clark in the 9th. But we're not dead yet, Macarthur say. Lead-off single to Tim Nelson. Two for 3 for Tim Nelson and a walk. Grounded into a double play. Back in the 5th. The 3rd double play that Macarthur grounded into. Cal Donnelly now. Everything is hit. It's gone the opposite way. Single to right field in the 1st. Fly out to right field in the 3rd. Single to right field in the 6th. He's 2 for 3. No bigger moment than right here. Pokes at right field again, but doesn't go into right field. It goes into the family hill. There's a little girl chasing after it. Blacktown player chased after it, and about 3 or 4 people out of the grandstand chased after it. And get out of play. 0-2 to Donnelly. Needs to just shorten up here and try and poke something the opposite way. Does, but only as far as Kyan Wallington. The ball takes him into a spin. Cal Donnelly's quick enough to beat it out, though. Stays out of the 4th double play of the night. Gee, you love to have speed like that. Josh Strong on the stretch. Comes up just a little bit ginger. He's had a busy night over at first. So have a couple of big stretches to make. And that was an important one if it could have been 2, but Cal Donnelly was quick enough. The ball was hit hard and was to Wallington's glove side. And it was beautifully played by Wallington. He went with the ball, spun, threw it to Boyarski to get Nelson. And then the second throw back to first. Off by a fraction of a second. Fielder's choice. for Callum Donnelly. 2 for 4 in this grand final. Inside, second chance to Wellington. And as I said in the Blacktown Borkham Hills game, sometimes if you don't get it the first time, you get it the second time. Well, that night it went through the legs of Jacob Eunice. This time, Kyan Wellington doesn't make any mistakes. And it's again Wellington, Boyarsky. This time Strong gets the chance to record the out at first. And it's 4 double play balls. Blacktown 3 outs away from back-to-back first grade New South Wales State League Championships. Don't go anywhere. So Dylan Martin will lead things off for Blacktown. They've got one hand on the trophy. Can it be heading back to Laybutt? Or are we set for more late drama in the 9th? Macarthur need to find 3 outs here before that happens. And then at least find 2 runs against one of the best stoppers in the New South Wales State League in Dylan Clark. That one's got home run potential, but it's going to go about 50-foot foul. In on the hands of Dylan Martin. A walk and a pair of flyouts for Dylan Martin. That one straight at Douglas. One hop, quick throw. Doesn't waste any time. Get rid of it as quick as you can. Don't think about it. One away here in the 8th. Grand ball to the right side. Chris Fergie lets it come to him. And a bit of an offline throw, but Hislop able to stick to the bag. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Macarthur. So Josh Strong, he's 0 for 3. He's had a busy night at first, including that great catch up against the fence and in front of the netting early on in the game. I'm on 1 to Strong. That one just a little bit inside, so moves the count to 1-1. Right side, long run for Wig. Back for it's Fergie. And it's the youngster Fergie. Makes a good running catch. In, well, you know, deep second base, shallow right field. Somewhere out there up along the line. And it's 1-2-3 inning for Macarthur defensively. They'll need 2 runs off Dylan Clark to send it to extras. 3 runs for a lead and send it to game 3 tomorrow. We'll see what happens in the bottom of the 9th. Top.
says something to Billy. And Jerry, oh, he's with Jerry coming out.
Three, 4, 4, 5, 6. Hislop, Vincelli, Samad, Douglas. They're the three hitters in charge of getting something started here for Macarthur. It's the top of the ninth, game 2 of the New South Wales State League first grade grand final series. And Dylan Clark, who has a save in each of the 3 Blacktown wins, will need to come out and shut down Macarthur. Top of the zone, missing. Takes the 3-0, 3-1. Clark had an inning against Borkham Hills in each of those 2 games to close the door on the preliminary final series in 2 games. Bottom of the zone, here to Hislop. Then he pitched 2 innings on Wednesday night. He's shown a total of 55 pitches through those 4 innings of work. He's got a 2.55 season ERA. Fouls it off. He's credited with 3 saves on the series, but I dare guess there might be a couple more, given that a lot of his work has been done in single inning outings. Swing and a miss by Shannon Hislop. 2 outs remaining. Tomorrow night, not tomorrow night, there's no tomorrow night. There might not be a tomorrow night. But tomorrow morning, we'll have 3rd grade for you. Riot against Greater Western. 2nd grade, Macarthur against Blacktown. And at this stage, they're the only 2 games we're going to see tomorrow. Blacktown 2 outs away of going back-to-back. Vincelli Samad. Pops it up right side. I was about to say he's 1 from 3. Josh Strong against the netting again, but onto the family hill once more. 0-1. Macarthur catcher. Clark, sinker, splitter. His best 2 pitches. Oh, and 2 to Vincelli Samad. Back up the middle, long play for Wallington. He almost makes it in the end. Diving effort on the back of the dirt, but he knocked it down. Found it, threw it over to the first. And Josh Strong just couldn't get the ball in time. 7th hit of the ball game for Macarthur. Chris Douglas will want to stay out of a double play. They've grounded into 4. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Outside corner, caught a strike, so Chris Douglas in a bit of trouble here. He has reached every time he's come up to the plate, but different circumstances right here. Swing and a miss, Douglas down on strikes. Blacktown 1 out away. Macarthur, they've scattered 7 hits. And Ben Maguire is just going to settle everyone down. He's going to call his infield in. It's like when you're watching your favourite reality TV show and they go to an ad break. He's just going to go out here and keep everybody on the edge of their seats. Pinch hitter in Lachlan Arford will come up. A pinch hit here for Chris Fergie. Fergie was 0 for 3. Fly out in the foul territory, grounded out to the first baseman, then struck out. Nothing says pressure like coming in as a pinch hitter, down 2 and representing the tying run. Blacktown looking for the shutout. Swing and a miss by Arford. Clark checks in with Martin. Gets his signal. Fires in the 0-1. Fouled off in the netting. Blacktown now a strike away. There's about 35 players in the first base dugout. A bunch of them holding bottles of water. The 0-2. Here from Clark. Strike 3. Blacktown have gone back-to-back here in the New South Wales State League first grade competition. They take the series 2-0. Every winner of a final series in this season has taken it by a score of 2-0, and they take the grand final here 2-0. The 2 runs coming in the 7th to the biggest runs you'll ever score. Kyan Wallington had a day. He went 3 for 3. He scored that first run. Jordan Martin driving him in, and then Jordan Martin coming around to score off the bat of Lachlan Boyarsky. Matty Ray with 7 shutout innings, scattering 5 hits, walking 3, striking out a single batter. Then it was finished off by Todd Grattan and Dylan Clark striking out 3 here in the 9th. Lachlan Rosser, 6 1/3, just the 1 earned run. He did his best to keep his team in the contest and send it to game 3 tomorrow, but he just couldn't finish it off. He struck out 6, and Shane Fogarty coming on in relief, an inning and 2/3, an earned run on 2 hits. Blacktown workers, the never say die attitude. They could have hung it up and moved on after Wednesday night, going behind 2-0 in the 8th, but they came out, they fought hard, they scored 5 runs in the top of the 9th. And they take out this year's first grade championship. Congratulations to Ben Maguire and the crew over at Laybutt. They've done it with just 1 loss in the regular season. They've bounced back after being swept in the semi-final series, sweeping Borkham Hills in the preliminary final series. And they sweep Macarthur here in the grand final series, taking both games 5-2 on Wednesday, 2-0 here tonight. Macarthur unable to score a run, being shut out on 7 hits. Blacktown's 2 runs coming on 6 hits. They committed 1 error in the field. And they are your 2023-24 New South Wales State League first grade champions. Defending the title they won last year and taking it out. I believe it's the 3rd time in 4 years with only Macarthur taking it home 2 years ago in that run. Congratulations to Blacktown. We'll have the presentation coming up for you in a little while.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our two grand final teams, the Blacktown Workers and the Macarthur Orioles. I'd like to welcome the official party for this evening's presentation, Mr. Mark Burns from Baseball New South Wales, and one of the legends of the New South Wales State League, Mr. Lyle Harris, to present the medals and awards here tonight. I'd like to thank our umpires for the great job they've done, not just through the final series, but also throughout the season. Another great effort by them in tonight's game. To Ben Nash, Dave Brody, Dave Brown, and Trent Thomas. Sorry guys, I did have it written down upstairs. Big thank you to our umpires, and of course our scorers tonight from both teams, back under the tent, down at ground level. Commiserations to the Macarthur side. We'll get Mitch up here to say a few words.
I'm not sure what to say. I've done it as all the boys. I'll start Blacktown. You guys have set the benchmark across the season for a couple of years, and you're probably the most professional club in the league. You set up a high bar. It pushes all of us to be better. Congratulations tonight. A hell of a series. I think in 36 innings of baseball, I think runs were scored in 6 of those across it. So to all the pitchers across all 4 games we played, you guys were unbelievable on both sides, and I think simple, you can't win a baseball game if you don't score runs, and Blacktown took advantage of every situation tonight, and we didn't take care of any, so that's what's going to happen. But to my guys, I'm incredibly proud of you. For a bunch of guys who've got really young guys and really old guys, we don't have that middle age group, but you guys come together really well, and you work your asses off. We get full turnouts to training. You're hitting 2, 3, 4 times a week. You're at games when you need to be there. You give up work and family and everything else to be a part of this. And the reason it hurts tonight is because of how much effort you guys have put in across the season. I'm proud to be associated with every single one of you. You've done yourselves proud. You've done our club proud. You've done the game proud. And like I said, I'm privileged to be a part of what you guys are a part of. My support staff to Kim, our scorer, you do a phenomenal job, and I know we don't, help you out by making a bunch of silly changes and getting the lineup to you late and everything, but you're always there and helping us out 2 times a week. To Jeff, mate, pitch counts and keep on top of everything and lineups, and mate, you make my job so much easier. I want to have one final shout out, Gary Everson. Gaz's been a part of this club for a long time. He's been a part of baseball for even longer, and this is his last year as a part of the state league competition with us. We really wanted to send you out a winner, Gaz. You deserve it. But you've given us so much experience, and across the entire league, we owe you so much. Not just us, but I think there's guys on both sides of the field tonight that owe you a huge dedicated gratitude, and I'd like everybody to come together. We really appreciate everything you guys do to get the field on, to get the games on. We know it's not an easy job, it's a thankless task, but thanks for doing a part of it. The one thing I'll say is just, we'll be back next year, we'll be hungry. I'm probably going to be replaying that 9th inning of game 1 in my head for the next 12 months, but I can promise it'll serve as motivation, and hopefully we'll have another series like this next year, but maybe we'll get the chocolates that time, so thank you. Boggo, Shannon Hislop, Jackson Mannix, Dougie, Tim Nelson, Tino, Chris Fergie, Dazon, Lachlan Rosser, and Lockie Brook. Cal Donnelly, and Gaz and Jeff, and to all my guys on the bench, you guys do a huge job. You'll get one of these as well, so thank you.
Let's hear a field state league first grade runners up for the Macarthur Orioles. Ben McGuire will come up and say a couple of words, please.
Firstly, I just want to say, Macarthur, thank you. That was a great series. 2 loggies, right in front of the ball, man. That's outstanding for guys your age to go out there and command the strikes in the way you did and just shove. It was, it says a lot about where your club's going to be in the future. You guys had 2 great series in a row, so congratulations. We knew we had to go through you guys to get here. You guys, literally said what he said about us, but you guys have been there for year after year after year because we always say you guys are nothing, but absolutely nothing but heart. You guys just bust your asses off all the time when you play. You have to go through you guys to win. So that's the biggest compliment I can give another team. So congratulations on the season. Thank you for the series. Always played with great spirit, so thank you very much. My boys, I don't really know what to say. At the start of the year, we knew we had an incredible pitching staff. We knew we could catch the ball. Got some new pieces in that took over some guys that retired and moved on. And to lose one game in the regular season, I've never been part of a club that's done that. It's very hard to be the front runners. As I said, after the first series, it was probably the first time we've been challenged in a long while. And we knew Macarthur won't give up, and we come out here and we played Borco in a series, and our defence was great, and that's what we need to fix up. And then to play defence and pitch the way that we just did in that last series. Geordie Mo, you're a star man, unbelievable. Absolutely super proud of every one of you guys. It's pretty easy when you can hand Ray and Guy the ball for game 1 and 2. It always feels as full of hope, and then the rest of our bullpen, you guys had 2 runs in our grand final series. We had a series this year where we gave up 1 run in the entire post series of the year. You guys can just throw the ball. And then to come up clutch in the situations where we did, to be down with 2 going into the night on Wednesday night and not giving up, that's the epitome of who you guys are as people. Not just a baseball team, but as people. You guys are dedicated, you care, you have the will to win. That's the one thing I've harped on for the 8 years I've done this job, is to have a will to win. And you guys have that in spades, so congratulations. I'm super proud of you guys. You're all my hero. Thank you very much. No, you're right. Welcome to Jarski. Josh Boyle, Tom Wellington, Anderson Brown, Nathan Skinner, Thomas Hinchy, Conrad Fergie, Jackie Amos, and Jim, let's go. Harrison Riley, Jared Davidson, Lockie Oliver, the best coaching staff that we can put together. BJ, Lefty, Matty, Pops, Craig and Benny. thank you to our scorers, all our volunteers. Nigel, everybody will always say that's part of our club, like you are the unsung hero of our organisation, so thank you very much. Great job, mate.
Before we present Blacktown with their trophy, with the cup they won last year, we've got one more trophy to present, and that's to the MVP of the MVP final, the grand final series. We've got to make sure we get the name right because there's three of them in the lineup, and it's the catcher, Jordan Martin. Jordan Martin, a couple of words, please. Boys want to hear from you.
Huge thank you to this team. I seriously can't name it, but a bunch of blokes. Everyone on this team, great people as well. You can talk to them other than baseball as well. They're just such a good group of guys. To the coaches as well. They've always backed me when some other coaches haven't. And I just love them so much for it. I'm always trusted here. My family, there's about 100 of these here today. I love you so much. And thank you so much, Macarthur, for a great series as well. And the umpires as well. Thank you. You do a great job. And the scorers, you do a great job as well. The photographer, Mick G, you do a great job as well. Baseball New South Wales as well.
Congratulations, Jordan, a very well-deserved honour. We'd like to ask our dignitaries, Mr. Mark Burns and Lyle Harris, to present the trophies to head coach Ben Maguire. Ladies and gentlemen, your New South Wales State League first grade champions, the Blacktown Workers. Thank you everyone for your attendance throughout the final series. We have two more divisions, two more grades to be decided tomorrow. At 10 o'clock it'll be Greater Western and a ride, and then at 2 o'clock a replay of tonight's two clubs. Blacktown taking on Macarthur in second grade. Make sure you come out and support the four teams tomorrow in the final two games of the 2023-24 State League season.